Good morning students and welcome to yet another session of English Standard 6 Grammar, that is English 2. Today we are going to see tenses. Now children, what are tenses? The word tense is derived from Latin word tempus, which means time. A verb indicates the time of an action, event, or condition by changing its form. Now, based on the time frame, the verb tenses may be categorized according to the time frame, means when the action has taken place. What are the three types? Present tense, past tense, and future tense. Now, what is present tense, children? You have already learned present, past, and future tenses in your previous standards, but we are still going to revise it. Present tense expresses an unchanging, repeated, or recurring action or situation that exists only now. It can also represent a widespread truth. Past tense, what is past tense? Past tense expresses an action or situation that was started and finished in the past. Simple as that. And future tense. Future tense expresses an action or a situation that will occur in the future, that is going to happen. Okay, so present tense is what is happening now. Past is what has already happened and future is what is going to happen, in short. Now, because we are going to use different forms of verb, children, we have studied these forms of verbs in the pronouns also. What are they? They are in three forms basically. And here we are going to study the fourth part also. V1, V2, V3, and the last is the ing form of the verb. So now here in this table, if you can see, V1 means the present tense or the base or the basic verb, the base form. V2 is the past tense form. V3 is the past participle form. And last is the ing form, means verb plus ing. So for example, we'll see 2 or 3 verbs, children. Say first one, eat. So eat is a V1 form. Ate, that is the past tense of eat, is the V2 form. Then eaten is the V3 or the past participle form, where we can see that the work has just finished. Okay, past participle form, eaten. And eating, last one is ing form. Eating means the work is still going on. Okay, same way, drive, V1, drove, past, V2, driven means the work has just finished. They have just finished. And driving means the work is still going on. Okay. Same way, dance, danced. Again, V2 and V3 here both are same, danced. And ing form is dancing. Now there are some verbs, like we know, we have already studied, there are two types of verbs, regular and irregular verbs, which do not follow all the rules. So in case of those irregular verbs, here you can see cut is a verb where V1, V2 and V3 are the same, that is cut. Put is also the same example for irregular verb. But only the thing is that in the ing form, we will add ing to cut along with the last letter. So it becomes CUTT ing cutting or PUTT ing putting. Now let's move forward. Now children, like we have seen, based on the aspect, verb tenses may also be categorized. Means they can be divided into 4 types. What are they? Indefinite or simple form, continuous or progressive form, perfect or complete form, perfect continuous. Now exactly what are these 4 types? We will study one by one in detail. Okay. Now what do you mean by indefinite tense? The 3 indefinite tenses or the simple tenses describe an action but do not state whether the action is finished. Means They are in the simplest forms: simple present tense, simple past tense and simple future tense. Then goes the next one is the continuous tense. What is continuous tense? The three continuous tenses or incomplete tenses or progressive tenses describe an unfinished action, or they tell you that the work is still going on. It is continuous. Okay. Then the third one is the perfect tense. The three complete tenses or perfect tenses describe a finished action. An action that has just finished is in the perfect tense. Now the last one and the perfect continuous tense. To combine the complete tenses and the incomplete tenses to describe an action which was in progress in the past and has just finished is called as the perfect continuous tense. Okay, again I'll tell you, to combine the complete tenses and the incomplete tenses to describe an action which was in progress and then finished. Means was what? It is a combination of the perfect tense and the continuous tense. Okay. Now, here is a list of rules, children, which you will have to follow while you are converting the sentences from simple past tense or simple present tense to progressive form or perfect form or perfect progressive form. Okay. Now students, seeing this list of rules, along with them you have to remember two things. The pronouns. In the pronouns, the first person, second person and third person rules that we have already studied in the pronoun part, and the verbs in the V1, V2 and V3 forms along with ing forms. Okay. So now when we are considering the simple form, in the case of a present tense, simple present tense, see, always a sentence, children, is in the form of subject plus verb plus object. Okay. So in the simple tense, simple present tense means the basic form of the verb plus s or es. If the subject is in the singular form, then s is added. But if the subject is in the plural form, we add es to the verb. Okay. Plays or played. Then in the case of past tense, in the simple past tense, the second form, that is the V2 form. For example, play, played. So past tense will be played. So in that case, played will come. Whereas in the form of future tense, what will happen? We will get will or shall in front of the verb plus the first form of the verb, means the basic form of the verb, means V1. Means example, write, will write, shall write. Okay. Then the same thing when we go and see the rule for progressive form. Now in the case of progressive form, the sentence formation changes. Instead of subject plus verb plus object, there is subject plus helping verb plus object. But that verb will be in the form of V1 or V2 or V3. But it is in the progressive form. Okay. So in the case of progressive form, the formation of the sentence becomes subject plus helping verb plus V1, because first form is used, plus ing and then the object. Okay. So if the subject is I, then only in case of I, am is used. All the other types is also can be used, but am comes only with I. When does are come? When the subject is in the plural form. Okay. Then first form of the verb plus ing means, suppose if the first form of the verb is read, means V1 is read, then your verb which will come in progressive form will be reading. Okay. Then if it is in the past progressive form, Then what will come? The is and am part will become was and were. Okay, plus again the first form of the verb and ing. Then if it is future progressive form, then it will come as will be. Always remember children, this is the very important thing that you have to remember, that in the future progressive form, along with will, there will be attached. B will be attached to it. Okay, so these things, these rules you have to remember in your mind till your 10th standard, and then it will go on with your pronunciation, communication skills when you go to your higher standards, 11th and 12th standards. Okay, and in your daily life also it is going to help you. So again we will see the progressive form, future progressive form. Okay, future progressive tense. What will be? It will come will be, the subject, plus will be plus the first form of the verb plus ing. Example, I will be going to the market. Okay. Now the perfect form. Now we have already seen perfect means the work has just finished. Now here the children, in the case of present perfect tense, what is going to happen is we will have or has in front after the subject plus the third form of the verb, means V3 form. Okay. So we have already seen what is the third form of the verb in the previous table. Okay, what is the third form? For example, if you take cut or put, we have seen that they are the irregular verbs where we are getting cut in the V1, cut in the V2 and cut in the V3 form. So if we take here, cut is going to come in all the forms. Okay. But if you leave cut and consider another verb, for example, go. Now go is the V1 part of the verb. Went will be the V2 part. So what will be the V3 part? That is the third form of the verb. It will be gone. Okay. Now the sentence will come as he has gone to the market. Or if it is more than one, that is in the plural form, if the subject is in the plural form, they have gone to the market. Okay. Then if you go to the past tense form, now because the work has already finished, so have and has will become had, and then the third form. So example will be they had gone to the market. I had gone to the market. Okay. Then for future tense, again have is going to come, but before that, because the work has to finish, and what our rule says, that in the future tenses will and shall will always be there present before the verb. So the helping verb, before the helping verb we will have will. Okay, so will have. So the sentence here will be, now along with will and have, to will be accompanied with the third form of the verb. Okay, so the sentence will be I will have to go to the market, or they will have to go to the market. Okay, now we will go to the last type, that is a perfect progressive form. Now as the name suggests, it is a combination of the perfect and the progressive form. So if you see in the present perfect progressive form, you can see have and has been plus first form of the verb plus ing. Now have is there in the perfect form, but has, along with has, been is accompanied. So whenever in the sentence you see that there is been along with the helping verb have and has, remember that it is in the perfect progressive form. Okay, in a sentence when been is there along with the helping verb, remember it is in the perfect progressive form. Okay, Now for present tense, present perfect progressive form, it will be have been and along with the first form of the verb. So for example, read and ing attached to it. So read will become reading. So the sentence will be I have been reading the book and the object. Okay. Subject plus verb, helping verb plus been plus verb V1 plus ing plus object. Okay. Again, I is the subject, have been. Read will become reading and object the book. I have been reading the book. Okay. Then for past tense, past perfect progressive tense, it will become I had been reading the book. For future perfect progressive form, it will be I will have been reading the book. Okay, now let's continue. Now the present tense, children, is been divided into 4 parts. Present indefinite tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense. Okay, let's study in detail. Now what is present indefinite tense? Present indefinite tense is nothing but simple present tense. Okay, so the action is simply mentioned and there is nothing said about its completeness. Means only they tell you that the action is going. It is used to express an action which happens on a regular basis. That is, it is either recurring. Okay. For example, the sun rises in the east. Every day that is happening. I take a bath every day. I go to school every day. Okay, like that. Then, present continuous tense. Now, the present continuous emphasizes the continuing nature of an act, event or condition or an action. Okay, for example, I am playing. Now, as we have seen in the rule part, present continuous, I is the subject, am is the helping verb and play is the verb, that is the action plus ing. So, I am playing. Then he or she is playing. Now, here I, he and she are both in the singular form. The pronouns are in the singular form. I, he and she. Whereas they are playing, they is in the plural form. So we have used are there. Okay. Now let's go to the next part. Present perfect continuous tense. Now the present perfect continuous is used to describe an action, event or condition that has begun in the past and continues into the present. It had been done, it has been started in the past and now also it is continuing. That means present perfect continuous tense. Okay. So for example, I have been playing means right from some time before till now I am playing. Okay. So I have been playing or you have been playing means the first and the second, first person is I, you is the second person and third person is they. So they have been playing. Then he or she has been playing. This is again the third person. Okay. Then the same way, children, the past tense is also divided into 4 parts. Okay. Past indefinite tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense and past perfect continuous tense. But these other 2 types, past tense and future tense, we will study in our next video. That will be shown to you on 5th of December. Okay. So children, let's meet in the next lecture tomorrow. Till then, this is your teacher Dipti Kamalwar signing off. Goodbye and have a